Really, Veena is asking she wants to attend the Zoom link center. ಅಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನೊಂದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಪಲ್ಲು ಇನ್ನೊಂದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಪಲ್ಲು ನೋಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದ್ ಫೋಟೋ ಹಾಕ್ಬೋದು. Give my phone. Send the link. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇದೆ.
You're okay? Turn it to the side.
Okay, we'll let other people see it. Giving some space. No, I'm all right.
You can go to the farm.
You can put it there. That they can put cross. Hari Om Dina.
Hari Om Guruji.
Don't you have better work to do on Sunday? Dina?
No.
Not able to hear you.
No. Am I audible now?
Just 1 second. Yeah, can you speak now?
Hari Om Guruji.
You able to hear
Am
me?
I audible now?
Yeah, audible now. So you don't have better things to do on Sunday? Joining the
No,
class
this is the best thing to do on a Sunday.
on Sunday. Are we waiting for anybody?
No, I'm fine.
But mute.
I'm just ready to.
Did you all get the dream last night? No?
I even thought about it.
You didn't get the dream.
But I had a peaceful sleep.
Peaceful sleep. Okay. Sir, nimge? Comfortable illa? Pallavi, come.
She's just finishing up. No.
Come.
If she's sitting eating here itself. Yes.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಬನ್ನಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲೇ
Oh, she's having breakfast. Okay. Let us start. Let us chant Omkara together. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat, Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri, Gurave Namaha, Dhyana Moolam, Gurur Murtihi, Puja Moolam, Gurur Padam, Mantra Moolam, Gurur Vakyam, Moksha Moolam, Guru Kripa. Take your attention to the top of the head, the Sahasrara. Repeat after me. Om Sadguruve Vidmahe Parabrahmane Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayat. Om Sadguruve Vidmahe Parabrahmane Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayat. Om Sadguruve Vidmahe Parabrahmane Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayat. My pranams to all. I welcome all of you to today's session on Atma Darshana. Wishing all of you a very happy, prosperous Makara Sankranti 2024. May the Divine Bhagavan bless all of you and help you realize your true self, true divine self, and may the Divine Mother Adi Parashakti bless you for inner and outer success, victory, wealth, prosperity. Slowly open your eyes. So we'll get to the continuation of yesterday's conversation. But before that, I wanted to bring some awareness or tell you about something monumental that's happening in the world. Okay, we're all part of something very significant right now. So we know in the last, so which country are you in right now? Where are you?
England.
England. Where were you earlier?
Bharat.
Bharat, India. Okay. So India was a colony, right? Till when? For many 100 years. And before that, India went through tremendous invasions, and the country itself went through a very disturbing few 100 years, maybe 1,000 years, right? And the country, your country, is no ordinary country. It is the most richest country. From the first century, and I'm not talking about BC, I'm talking from first century to 17th century, which was the most wealthiest country in the world?
Bharat.
India. Bharat was the most wealthiest country. And when I say wealthy, it's no ordinary wealth. The language that the traders, international traders, used to do is they used to call the country golden bird, Sone ki chidiya, right? Because people were paid in gold. That was and there were no beggars in the country. Everybody was an entrepreneur or some sort of a value add to the country. Beautiful systems of education, very advanced systems. So we've heard of universities called Nalanda, Takshila, where people from all around the world used to come and take education. Okay. And when these universities, and these are very ancient establishments with exhaustive educational resource, libraries, books, okay, and natural resource, the beauty of the country, then the people, and each place that you go to, you cross a few 100 kilometers, it's a totally different language, different set of food, different culture, different worship, different art, music, right? So such is your heritage. Then what happened after the Mahabharata war? After Sri Krishna Paramatma passed away, the country went through a downfall. The Kali Yuga started, the dark ages. Okay, and the West started celebrating January 1st as New Year. So Happy New Year. But the West is very happy because the West started thriving. Industrial revolution and technology, and the West started growing, expanding. But at the same time, India started being looted. India is the only country in the world, and maybe Ireland, that has not waged a war against another country by itself. Okay, even though it went through so much, who can be so tolerant, right? Without the fear of losing its identity, and it will never lose because it's protected by Sanatana Dharma. It's called Dharma Bhumi. It's called Karma Bhumi. It's called Deva Bhumi. So why I'm telling this is, it went through tremendous dark age. When the other part of the world is celebrating, then the birth of Sri Ramakrishna changed the direction. So during the birth of Ramakrishna, India was under the British rule, and life under the colonizer is not easy. Please understand. Okay, it is not easy. It's something that probably most of us will not understand. How it is. You cannot breathe. You cannot do. You cannot even think of growing. Right. Just wait for them to join. Can I get some water? Please come. Good morning. Then husband Mandra. Husband Mandra. Car park no problem. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Close and anyway, close, okay. Anyway, no, just close, okay. Is the water very cold?
No, it's fine.
No.
Okay, so just before you came, sorry, I forgot your name. Shruti. We just started the session. We'll go back to the discussion, exciting discussion about self and non-self, making dreaming, and what is reality. Just before that, I just want to tell something that is happening around us, which will have a huge impact on us as Indians. Okay, so your time has come practically. So the time for India has come, and time for Indians has come to regain your inner strength and outer victory. This is always marked. See, please understand, existence is extremely intelligence. It is extreme intelligence. Every aspect from the macrocosm, which is at the galaxy, stars, planets, where there are, we don't know how many trillions of space objects, but we never ever hear of accidents. Okay, 2-3 vehicles on the road, and you'll hear news. Last week, there was when I was in Dublin, my brother's house, there was a lady who had come with a child. Then 2-3 days later, I heard that she passed away in a car accident. Okay, so just a few vehicles, and there's possibility of collisions and stuff. In the universe, there are millions and billions of stars, planets, and galaxies, but you never hear them destroying each other. That is because of the intelligence that's operating. Okay, there's intelligence at the macro, there's intelligence at the microscopic, the way your body operates, right? That intelligence takes care of the existence, and India as a country has always been tuned with that intelligence. That is what our Sanatana Dharma is about. It is about always being in tune with that intelligence, be it the way you run your life, the way you start your day, the way you approach work, the way you probably build a house, the way you operate, you have your rituals. Please come. So staying in tune with that intelligence, whatever you do, you're always supported by the totality. And such a country of such advanced understanding of life and existence. So it's practically like this. You have some issue in life, okay, and you want to take advice from somebody. There is a wealthy old man, rich, full of experience. Okay, he probably has made a lot of wealth, is very educated, has traveled the world, has tried everything. He understands investments, he understands life, he understands families, relationship. He is a encyclopedia of rich experiences. Versus a teenager, okay, but very fashionable. So when you have a real problem, who will you approach for advice?
More experience.
Who is more? The wise man. That wise man is Bharat, India. The rest of the world is like that teenager. Okay. And people get attracted to the superficial, but forget the real essence. But the West, when I was just before you came, I was telling that India went through very turbulent times. And the West made sure not only they loot the country, but also loot the courage and the will and the spirit of the people, which was a state during 1800s when India was under British rule. That's when Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa was born. When Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa was born, he bought. He's not a human being. He's an avatar. He's called Yuga Avatar. Avatar Varishtaya Ramakrishnaya Avatar Varishtaya Ramakrishnaya Avatar Varishtaya Ramakrishnaya. So Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa awakened the whole cosmos. Through his work through Swami Vivekananda, awakened the Indians, brought recollection of their heritage, of what you cannot get. You're under the rule. You're practically a slave. You cannot get back anything. It is impossible. Whatever you try, any move you make, you'll be put in prison.
One question, if I can ask.
Yeah.
How did we let the decline happen?
The decline is so okay. The decline happened in I think 3rd century. There was a prince called Prithviraj. During Prithviraj time, right? So in Prithviraj time, the India was at its peak of glory. Okay. Then there was a Mughal ruler who Prithviraj defeated. But Prithviraj became ignorant in the part that he forgave him and he spared his life. But this ruler, he reorganized, got more military and attacked again, and Prithviraj lost. This time, he was not shown the same compassion. His eyes were gouged out, he was tortured and killed. So what happened? The kings, it's always the leaders, right? The problem starts with the rulers. So slowly there was a decline in their understanding of what is dharma. It is a lack of understanding of what is dharma and adharma. So misplaced sense of compassion. It's like this terrorist practically standing in front of you, and you're telling ahimsa, right? You're saying I am ahimsa. Then the terrorist, what will the terrorist do to you, right? So that is the lack of understanding of dharma and adharma, and that lack of understanding of dharma and adharma in kings brought the downfall. Starting with this. So one after the other, the kings lost their powers, and then slowly the invaders took over. There are only a few who had the spiritual guidance, like probably Shivaji or the Marathas, who had spiritual gurus. See, all kings in India at all points of time had a spiritual guru called Rajarishi. There was a spiritual advisor. Okay, that spiritual advisor would, from a very young age, tell the prince very clearly what is dharma, what is adharma, what is enlightenment, everything. All that education was given. Okay. Now, without that input, there is a void. Now you don't know what is right and wrong, right? Then you start experimenting, and you cannot experiment as a ruler because your experiment impacts totality. right? You can experiment in isolation, in a small place. But the moment your experiment involves at the expense of your kingdom, then there is a high probability the kingdom will fall. That's what happened. So Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa brought back the wisdom. He was not able to bring back, inspire people to regain political power, but he awakened the spiritual power within people. There are power as different levels. There's physical power, okay? There is power of money and wealth. Then there is spiritual power. There's emotional power. Then there is spiritual. The highest power is called spiritual power. It's called Brahma Balam. And that's what Swami Vivekananda ignited. And with that Brahma Balam, against odds, India fought for freedom. Of course, many lives were lost and all that. But that inspiration is what fired the whole revolution. So Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's Kalpataru Day on 1886, Jan 1st, 1886, was the beginning of the shift for the country India. Now, again, why I'm telling this, and something very similar is happening once again, and we are all part of it. And that is happening on 22nd January 2024, which is the Pranapatisthapana of Sri Rama as the avatar called Archavatar. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is Yuga Avatar. Sri Krishna is Purna Avatar. Rama is Dharma Purushottama.
Maryada.
Maryada Purushottama. So now we have another avatar taking birth. And this time all of us can know. And all of us can be part of it. And that avatar is called Archavatar. In Ayodhya, Sri Ramakrishna is going to be coronated again. And when I say Sri Ramakrishna, consciousness is not body. Consciousness is divine energy. And that divine energy will descend and uplift the whole society. Okay? It is not ordinary. It's a milestone. And this milestone will change the trajectory of India. Like how at an individual level, I told you about yesterday, energy goes down and flows out, and the energy gets reversed. In the same way, energy at a country level is changing, reversing. Okay? Now, the whole of the country is going to go back to Dharma.
So can you repeat what is happening on 22nd?
22nd, Sri Rama, in Ayodhya, the Sri Rama temple, which there was a whole dispute about.
Yeah.
What they will do is, so already there are a lot of processes going on. Oh, another thing is, before Rama is coronated in the Treta Yuga, so there are 4 yugas: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga. This is Kali Yuga. So in the Treta Yuga, when Rama is coronated, Rama went through, he didn't just get coronated, he was sent out into Vanvas. Okay? Now, same thing happened. Before Rama is coronated here, same thing has happened. The country went through turmoil. Okay? Then, just before Rama is coronated, he makes sure in Lanka, who is coronated? Vibhishana is coronated. And then there's so many other sub-stories about Shabari and Wali. So all those events repeat. Okay? And now Rama is coronated. Now Rama is coronated, and also there was a joke that before Rama is coronated, one island was burnt. So the island of Maldives. So the tradition is also kept alive. Okay. So Sri Rama is embodiment of Dharma. Now that Sri Rama is not a person. Consciousness is not person, but consciousness can be embodied. Okay. Like any person, like any let's say you take Hitler. Hitler is Hitler's consciousness. So if somebody starts behaving like that, acting like that, you will tell, although the body is different, you will tell he's the same, right? In the same way, it is a consciousness, not the body. So on that particular day, in the idol, through Vedic process, and Vedic process is a very advanced process. It is beyond human mind. The Vedas are called Apaurushaya. Apaurushaya means they do not come from a human mind. They carry in them the source code of the universe. So there were two Indian scientists in NASA. They're still there. They wrote a book called The Ancients and the Rishis, something like that. I'll share the book, where they try to uncover the truth in the Vedas of how these people, thousands of years ago, were able to tell the distance between the sun and the earth without any equipment. Okay, through meditation or through some internal processes, and that is a technology. And the core to that technology is the Vedas. So the Vedas have three parts: Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, Gnana Kanda. Gnana Kanda is Vedanta, what I took you through yesterday. Karma Kanda and Upasana Kanda deals with the external world. Okay, so there is a process in the Vedas by chanting certain mantras, certain doing certain rituals, that they invoke the divine consciousness. It's called Prana Pratishtapana. That means that idol is no longer insentient. It is sentient. Okay. Now, can the idol speak? Of course, it can speak. Okay. It cannot speak in the speech that you know, the words, but it has a more advanced communication. Okay. It will not only speak, it will guide, it will inspire. Okay. Very clear guidance. Okay. It will not only, and all these things that I'm telling, don't think it's mystical or magical. This is what modern quantum physics has now started speaking this language. They call it a unified field. In quantum physics, what they measure is light. Now, light can be a particle or a wave. Okay, what is a particle? Particle is a object, solid. Wave is energy, right? So the deity consciousness always operates at the energy realm, which is a more subtle realm. So the changes in the energy realm is what appears as actual change in the physical realm. For example, you have to get a disease. Let's say you have to get some appendix or some cancer or something, some disease. It first starts at an energy disorder. It first starts an emotional disturbance. 90% of your diseases are mental disturbance, psychosomatic diseases. Means what? Where do they start? They start in the mind. Where is mind? It is energy. It's just throughout the body, right? In the first distortion starts in the energy field. Then it becomes solid disease, like an actual disease that you can see some scar and some wound and all that. Okay, but first it starts at the energy level, right? So the same on the flip side. The consciousness operates at the energy level. And that inspires people, that energizes the society. And then the country changes. So that will mean there'll be more people moving towards spirituality, more people, the country itself. And also one more important thing, Rama is coronated only after India became 5th largest economy. You know, it overtook UK. Now India is the 5th largest economy. And all these changes happen. Now this is only the beginning. Indians in India will, and not when I say Indians, I'm not limiting it to geography. Anybody who's connected, including all of you, all of us, will be a part of that. Okay, because the energy, ultimately consciousness needs medium to flow through, and you're all the mediums. It'll start flowing through all of us. Because what happens is, if any individual grows, if all individuals grow in the country, that means the country grows, right? If individuals become successful, like let's say you, somebody in India, they start a company, they will bring employment to thousands of people. Okay, so the country itself will go back to its original glory of culture, religion, dharma, wealth, then new research, new technology, all that will start happening in the country. Military, right? Actually, practically Indian military is the #1 military right now. Nobody dare touch the country because nobody else has the skill or the experience of art of war like India does. Okay, so all of this put together because of Sri Rama Pattabhisheka on 22nd January, it is not just happening in one place in Ayodhya. It is going to happen through all of us. So while of course the Prana Pratisthapana is going to happen there, the Prana Pratisthapana can be done here and now in you. So we will do the Prana Pratisthapana in temple, and the God is so Vishnu is told to be in Vaikunta, Shiva is told to be in Kailasa. You heard? Rama is told to be in Ayodhya. Now, where are these places? Where is Vaikunta? Has anybody seen Vaikunta? So Vishnu is told to be in Vaikunta, right? The beauty of Sanskrit is Sanskrit never, ever, ever talks about the physical. The language is called Devavani. It always talks about something more essential. Why Kunta means deficiency. Why Kunta means where there is no deficiency. Lasa means dance. Kailasa means the dance of the one and alone. That is consciousness. Now, where is this? Is this a physical place? It is not a physical place. It is you. When your mind becomes free from any deficiency, it's called Vaikunta. Okay? When your mind becomes no mind, it's called Kailasa. Then Shiva alone dances. Shiva alone speaks. Okay? Ayodhya. What is Ayodhya? Ayodhya means that place which cannot be conquered. It's called Ayodhya. It cannot be conquered. What is that? Is that a place? It is your own inner self. Nobody can conquer that. Somebody can destroy. Krishna tells in the Gita, Nainam chindanti shastrani, Nainam dahati pavakaha, Nachainam kledayantyapo, Nashoshayati marutha. The self cannot be cut by any weapons. The self cannot be killed. It cannot be made wet. It cannot be burnt. And what is that? It's your inner being. So in Karnataka, in the Kannada poet Purandaradasa says, no, sir, not Purandaradasa, Basavanna says, Yenna dehave degulu. My body is the temple and the deity is my inner self. So Ayodhya is your body mind. And that body mind is ruled by Ravana, ego. And that's why Ravana has 10 heads. Okay? 10 heads is, the ego is always changing. And the ego is, what does he do? Ravana, he captures Sita. Who is Sita? Sita is Shakti, energy. The ego has captured the energy. Your energy, your body, your mind, that's energy. And it's using it for its purpose. When Rama comes, the same body mind will be used for dharma. You understand? The same body mind will be used for Loka Kalyana. Okay? So, shall we do our body is Ayodhya. And in the Ayodhya, in the heart, Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita, Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hridde Arjuna Tishtati. The Lord is present in the heart of all the beings. So we will do the Prana Pratishtapana of Sri Ramachandra in our hearts. Shall we do that now? Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths, gentle, slow, deep breaths. Inhale slowly and exhale. Let us take our attention to the center of the chest, the cave of our heart. Cave of our heart. Visualize Sri Ramachandra, Bhagwan Sri Rama, Purushottama Sri Rama in your heart, a living, awakened consciousness of Sri Rama in your heart. And as we chant the name of Sri Rama, visualize the divine energy in the form of divine light pouring from existence into you from the top of your head as Abhisheka to the Rama in your heart. Take your attention to the center of the chest, the heart region. Visualize Lord Sri Rama in your heart. And as we chant the name of Rama, visualize the divine energy, the cosmic energy, entering your body through the top of your head as divine light and reaching your heart as Abhisheka to Sri Rama. Let us chant the divine name of Rama. Sri Rama,
Shri Rama,
Jai Rama,
Jai Rama,
Jai Jai Rama,
Jai Jai Rama,
Sri Rama,
Shri Rama,
Jai Rama,
Jai Rama,
Jai Jai Rama,
Jai Jai Rama,
Sri Rama,
Shri Rama,
Jai Rama,
Jai Rama,
Jai Jai Rama,
Jai Jai Rama,
Sri Rama,
Shri Rama,
Jai Rama,
Jai Rama,
Jai Jai Rama,
Jai Jai Rama,
Sri Rama,
Shri Rama,
Jai Rama,
Jai Rama,
Jai Jai Rama,
Jai Rama,
Sri Rama,
Shri Rama,
Jai Rama,
Jai Rama,
Jai Jai Rama,
Jai Rama,
Sri Rama,
Shri Rama,
Jai Rama,
Jai Rama,
Jai Jai Rama,
Jai Jai Rama,
Sri Rama,
Shri Rama,
Jai Rama,
Jai Rama,
Jai Jai Rama,
Jai Rama,
Sri Rama,
Shri Rama,
Jai Rama,
Jai Rama,
Jai Jai Rama,
Jai Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Jai Shri Ram,
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 Jai Hanuman,
Jai Hanuman,
Jai Hanuman,
Jai Hanuman,
Jai Hanuman,
Jai Bhagwan.
Jai Siya Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Siya Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Siya Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Visualize Sri Rama taking over your whole body. Divine light, blessing, energy, Shakti of Sri Rama spreads from the center of your heart throughout your body. Whole body gets filled with the divine light of Dharma, Gnana, Prema, and Karuna. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Shri Guru
Harihi Om.
Hari Om.
Slowly open your eyes. Okay, we'll continue our discussion from yesterday. So, whoever attended yesterday's session, any question, anything to share? Sir?
Well, I
From
don't
yesterday's session, anything to share or any understanding, any questions?
I have a question, but I'm quite confused
Okay.
how to ask because I have not framed the question correctly.
Okay.
That's probably maybe my understanding.
Okay, just a gentle reminder.
Yeah.
I've not forgotten it. Okay.
It was almost lost. We managed and
Yeah.
made sure we get that.
That's the only thing Kundan came home and told me.
Told me. हाँ. देखिए आपका काम मैं कर रहा हूँ. अगर आपने घर पे किया होता तो मुझे नहीं करना. Yes. What is the question?
So, if everything is Maya,
Hmm.
the sleep state and the dream state, so we discussed everything is the same.
Correct.
How come everything feels so real?
Hmm.
Because if everything is the conscious is thinking and the Holocaust, I
Holograph.
Yeah, holograph.
Yeah.
But why it feels so real?
Why it feels so real is that the mind by nature is mind means ability to imagine and conceptualize. Okay. It has the ability, for example, all of you visualize you have tamarind in your mouth. Hunsean. You know tamarind? Have you ever tasted it?
Of course.
Okay, what happens? Anita? You're Anita or Anu?
So,
Anu.
at home they call me Anu. My
Anu.
friends and family call me Anu.
What should I call you?
Please call me Anu. I feel more in school,
Connected.
office, everywhere, and many Anitas, so I feel lost.
Okay.
So when you say tamarind, there's immediately a sense of you can feel that sour.
There is salivation. Your saliva starts getting created more, right? Is that tamarind? No. But is the saliva real? Saliva is physical. Tamarind is conceptual. How does something conceptual create a physical reaction in the body? It's physical, no? Like there was a physical change in the body with a conceptual element. That is the capability of the mind. It can bring reality to something that is not there. That is why when you wear a when you watch a movie, or when you wear a headset, VR headset, although you're on the floor, because of your perception, you can get the feeling that you're going to fall. When that becomes abnormal, it's called phobia. You understand? So in the phobia, what happens? Somebody sees a cockroach, it appears like a dragon. The same mind, the perception is of a cockroach, but the mind is superimposing something else. So by nature, as a device, the nature of the device is imagination. It has the ability to bring reality to anything. Like the child, when the child is young, he's keeping a stick and he's running around. It's my horse. Okay, for the child, it's a horse. Whatever you will experience as an adult sitting on the horse, the child will experience without. It's a very real imagination. That's a capability of the mind. So what makes it real is your mind. Now, the intellect is tuned towards Atma. The intellect will guide the mind not to bring reality to nonsense. All bringing reality to everything stops. Reality is only Brahman. Whatever I perceive is only appearance. It's appearing, no doubt. I'm not rejecting the appearance, but it's a temporary appearance. And on that appearance, right now, there's an appearance that is the first level of dream. On that appearance, you're superimposing your appearance, your mental concept. Like I told you about the cow. There is a cow, which is a part of cosmic dream. So there are two dreams. One is called Ishvara Shrishti, and the other is called Jiva Shrishti. Ishvara Shrishti is a cosmic dream. So you will see the tree, he'll see the tree, she'll see the tree. Okay? But you all don't see the same tree. One person will see, okay, somebody died on the tree. Another person will tell, in my childhood, I fell from the tree. Another person will see, oh, it's God, I'll go around the tree. So whatever, that is called Jiva Shrishti, your individual superimposition. So there's a cosmic superimposition and individual superimposition. And both are a game of mind. So what makes it real is your mind. And you have a choice whether to give it reality or not. If you withdraw if you say, I will not give it reality, it has no power. So in science, in quantum physics, there's a question. There's some hard questions in science. So one popular question that they ask is, if a tree falls in a forest, right? And if there's nobody to see it, did it really happen? Have you heard of the question? Has anybody heard of the question? If a tree falls in a forest, if nobody is there to observe it, did it really happen? And they have a debate. Yes, it happened. No, it happened. An ultimate conclusion they come to is, for anything to tell that it's real, there should be some observer. It's called the observer effect. And how they found it was, what they measured was light. Light is wave and particle. When you observe the light, it becomes particle. When you don't observe it, it becomes wave. And what is a wave?
Energy.
Wave is a mathematical equation. It is not there. There's no such thing. What it is, we don't know. We don't know because it's not there. How do you measure? The moment you go to observe it, it becomes a particle. You understand? So the tree is fallen only if you observe it. If you don't observe it, there's no tree, there's no forest, there's no nothing. So if you withdraw your attention from something, you are not giving reality to it. For example, right now, this is real. Where is your house? Is it real?
Yeah.
It's not there. Your house doesn't exist.
So is this real?
Right now, this is experientially real because you're choosing to give reality to this. Whatever you withdrew your attention from has gone back into consciousness. So I typically give the example of you have a child. Does he or she play video game? Or do you play video game?
Used to, but not.
So in the video game is called, is always built on a game engine. So this is a first-person shooter game. Do you know? Like Counter-Strike or some Adidira?
Yeah, little bit conscious.
So you all know games? Your children play video games? No? Have you seen what is a video game?
Yeah.
Right? PUBG, So the soldier is going through a terrain. When a soldier is going through a terrain, you are seeing the city and landscape and room. But from the engine perspective, nothing is there. Only when, let's say, you turn this side, that part of the terrain is projected by the engine. Okay, whatever is in your vision only is projected by the engine, because it's all pixel, right? And even in that pixel, whatever is the closest has the highest definition, what is the farthest has the lowest definition, because it's all a file. And whatever is not seen is withdrawn back into the engine. The same thing happens in consciousness. When you pay attention to something, that becomes reality. Okay, because you're choosing to give it attention and awareness. Whatever you have not given attention to, it's gone back into consciousness. Then there's a thought that comes, no, all of that is there. Okay, right now I might be sitting in Prasad's house, but my house is somewhere there. The world is going on. You understand? That is only but a thought. And this you'll understand from a dream example. In dream you go, in the dream, is there gravity in dream?
Sometimes.
Yes.
Huh?
You experience.
You experience gravity. So you go into the dream, you're eating croissant in Paris. When you're eating croissant in Paris, by default you assume, okay, there's some India there, there's some political ruler, all that is going on, people are working and all that. But is that real? But if you take a flight from Paris to India, you will see that it's real. The moment you pay attention to it, it becomes real. The same thing happens in the waking state.
So when you say about withdrawing the attention, is that something related to physical? Because right now I'm present physically.
Yeah.
But I know that my house is there. So that is a physical connect. So
Mm.
I've withdrawn physical connect, I'm
Correct.
here.
Correct.
So that's not exist. That's
Yeah.
what you're saying, trying to say.
So you have to shift the awareness
Yeah.
from object to inner subject. Okay. Then from subject to that which is beyond the subject. That is spiritual journey. Spiritual journey is mind is always on object. The eye is always going like this. The eye has to be turned. You're seeing things through the eyes, but try to see who's a seer. That is spiritual journey. The moment you try to see the seer, you'll see that, oh, where is the seer? There is only consciousness. The one who's trying will get resolved. Not that you'll find a seer. You can never ever see the seer. Okay, that seer is consciousness. It's called Rama. Rama means Ra-ma. Rama means bliss. The word Rama means in Sanskrit bliss. That's why it's called Atma, Rama, Ananda, Raman. You got it? Does that answer the question?
Yeah.
Who is giving reality? You are.
Yes.
Stop doing it, no? Why are you putting all of us into trouble? This is one for putting all of us into Maya. Who is putting you into Maya? You have put all of us into Maya. When you go into a dream, you're eating croissant in Paris. Everything that you see is because of you, the dreamer. You have created the whole trouble for us. Yes,
One question.
madam.
When everything revolves around this Atma and so many things are associated with that. But when we talk about the spiritual journey, I'm
Okay, first of all, nothing revolves around. In Atma, object is the appearance. There is nothing in Atma. Atma alone exists.
I mean, things are associated with that. That is leading to confusion in our case, for example.
Okay.
So in order to
Our
different-
case.
in my case, in my case. So it has led to a lot of confusion. So my question is, there are festivals, there are like homas, havans are done. All these are the tools to get into that focus or concentrate to to awaken the consciousness of something what you are talking about.
Have you played Snake and Ladder?
Yeah.
Snake and Ladder. Everybody played Snake and Ladder? Okay, the Snake and Ladder was invented in India. Okay, it is a illustration of the entire spiritual journey. So you start from 1 and you have to go to 100, correct? The 100 is called the fruit, enlightenment. Okay, in between there are some ladders, and more than ladders there are snakes. Okay, then you have to play a dice, then you will take a few 2 steps, you played snake and ladder, then you go to the snake, it pulls you down. Okay, then last you go up, then there's one ladder which directly takes you to 99. Okay, otherwise just before 99 there's one snake, it will directly bring you to the bottom. Correct? So all these other paths, there are many paths, but they're all indirect paths. That there's one direct path, that one ladder, that's called a direct path. It's a very ancient path, very ancient path. Okay, it comes from Narayana himself, Lord himself, the teaching. So Krishna tells in the chapter 4 of the Bhagavad Gita, Imam vivasvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam vivasvan manave praha manurikshva kave bravit. Bhagavan says, I thought this wisdom first, and it's been passed on. Okay, and what is the wisdom? Sankhya Yoga, direct path. The direct path of inquiry will take you to the liberation. And what is the direct path? Ask, who am I? It's a direct path. Then there are indirect paths, okay, which the result of the indirect path is purification. But the problem with the indirect path is, whatever you do, let's say you do meditation, okay, somebody does meditation, the mind becomes silent. Then they open their eyes. Again, the mind springs back. Okay. Then you do puja. Puja. What is puja? Puja is, in the morning, Guruji, when I get up 4:30, I wake up 5 o'clock, I wake up 6 o'clock, I wake up, I sit in front of I bathe, cold water, I bathe. Then I don't touch anything. I go, I don't see my phone. I go and sit in front of the Lord and I put flower. I chant the mantra. Then I'm chanting. Then what should I cook for my husband? My child, have they woken up? It's already, I have to send them to school bus. Okay, and thoughts will start. Then you close the door, lock, make sure God doesn't run away, lock the door. Then how is it left? 23.5 hours is left. Where is your mind on 23.5 hours? Not on the Lord. World. So what is real puja? What have you really done? 30 minutes, in that also distracted thinking about Lord, versus 23.5 hours. Is that puja? Puja means what your mind adores. Okay, the mind is constantly on the object. So in such a state, you need enquiry, not action. Liberation is a result of enquiry. That's why I told you yesterday also, Nahi gnanena sadrisham pavitram yena mujyate. Nothing purifies like gnana. Okay, it's a ladder to the final. Everything else, you will take one step, then the snake will come. What is a snake? Snake is your vasanas, impressions. The snake will pull you down. Again, you will go back to the same time. Chakras. The only thing that burns or annihilates the mind, mano nasha, is going to the root of the mind, which is catching the I. I. Who am I? The real I. There's a false I, okay, which is identity, which keeps changing. There's a real I, which doesn't change. Okay. So it is from self-identity to self-awareness is a journey. And the self-awareness is only by direct path, inquiry.
Then what is the purpose of this I? What karma?
What is the purpose of the
I?
which I? False I or real I?
Real
Purpose is, who's asking the question? For whom is the purpose?
I. Okay, my Atma.
Ilapa. The who is asking the question? Is Atma asking the question?
Yes.
Does Atma have questions?
No.
Atma is in bliss. This concept of purpose is from
Intellect.
It's not intellect. Who told you life should have a purpose? I told you, no. What is the purpose in life is very clear. Purpose in life is not to become rich. Purpose in life is not to become successful. Purpose in life is to be happy. Ultimately, you want to be happy from everything. That is means. becoming rich, doing something social service or whatever. The end goal is happiness. That is just the means. Correct? Does anybody do anything for if there's pain? Huh? Will you do anything? If there's suffering and pain, will you go after anything? You'll go after happiness, no? You came to this class because there's probably some happiness. Otherwise, you'll not come. True or false? Shruti, right? So purpose in life is very clear. I want happiness and I don't want suffering. Is there what more purpose in life? I'll build some big monument. Only if it gives me happiness. If it doesn't, if it gives me loan, will I do it? If it gives me debt and disease, will I do it? No. Only if it gives me happiness. Okay, I'll build some monument. People will tell my name. They'll give me some award. Ultimately, what? All of that will bring some subjective experience in me. That is what you want, no? That purpose is clear. That I want, and I want my people, my family, or whoever, my country, my society, to have that. In the language of, I'll just complete this. In the language of Sanatana Dharma, it's the purpose of life is Atmano Mokshartam Jagat Hitaya Cha. This comes in Rig Veda. Okay, popularized by Sri Swami Vivekananda by the guidance of Sri Ramakrishna. It is Atmano Mokshartam. My realization, my freedom, inner freedom, and Jagat Hitaya Cha. With my inner freedom and inner light, I have to uplift the society and country and world. That's all the purpose. Any other purpose? So I should become successful, I should become healthy, I should become prosperous is part of what? Atmana Moksha. So Atmana Moksha is two parts. I have an outer life, I have an inner life. Outer life is family, job, career, health. Inner life is my mind, my body, and my intellect. Okay. So my realization, my internal and external upliftment, and Jagat Hitaya Cha. Jagat Hitaya Cha is service to the world. That is fulfillment. What more can you ask apart from that? Is it clear or not? Once again. Another question, follow back question.
I'm just reflecting on that.
Is the purpose clear?
Yeah.
Purpose of life, that's all. I want to be happy.
The definition of happy differs from.
That's why it's elaborate as Atmano Mokshatam Jagat Hitaya Cha. You will not be happy without self-realization. Self-realization is basic. Whatever you get, if you don't know yourself, you are suffering. Okay? As long as there's duality, it's called Dvaita Moolam Aho Dukkham. As long as there's duality, you are in trouble. So resolve the inner resolution. Then there's inner resolution, but the outer there's fire. There's poverty or there's disease or something. Then again, there's distortion in life. So outside also, I need success, stability, health, finance, all that. That's why that's why it's called Lakshmi Narayan. Okay. It is fulfillment. It's Purna. So inner and outer, both have to come to fulfillment. Then you're complete being. Otherwise, you're half-baked. So when you get married, no, the husband is always supposed to say, "This is my better half. This is my better half." That means I'm the worst half. Until you get married, you are half-baked. Only after you get married, your brain becomes full. Is just a comparison that I'm making. You understood? What more is there to life apart from happiness and fulfillment? Any other purposes there in life? Atmano Mokshartam, Jagat Hitaya Cha. That's what all the masters are. That's what Buddha is. That's what Sri Krishna is. Yes, sir. What did you get from yesterday? Take away from yesterday's session.
So take away from yesterday is actually who am I if I compare myself or a no?
So is Atma and Atma clear to everybody? Okay. Who has the problem? Which child has a problem? Society child. Society child is bundle of identity. So now you start thinking, tell me 5 identities that you have. Okay, based on the thought patterns that you get every day. You will know yourself based on thoughts that you get. Every thought, every pain, every suffering is not to Atma, it's to some identity. So based on your daily thought patterns, tell me the top 3 or top 5 identities, self-identities.
I'm a Hindu.
I'm a Hindu, okay. What else? So you get those kind of thoughts, right? That is an identity. Is that reality? No. Do you get the question? I am man, I am husband,
I'm a dad.
you're a dad. What else? Prasadji?
I'm a son.
You're a son, okay. So that son identity causes you pain. Okay, what identity causes you pain, most pain?
Daughter feeling, especially living outside India.
I am a daughter hurts you, okay. What identity causes you pain, most pain?
I'm a son staying out.
Okay,
Probably and dad sometimes don't give time to my kids.
okay. A lot of the same problem statement. Okay. Shruti, what causes you most hurt? Is it clear that identity causes hurt? No identity, no hurt. Right?
But there is no running away, right? Like,
I'll come to that part. I'll come to that question. First, you tell me what. First, you understand hurt is for identity, not for you. Okay? And why the hurt is for identity, I'll tell you. How to have an identity without hurt is the next thing. So tell me what hurts you.
Actually, to be honest, for me, the next generation life, when I think as a daughter, as a mother, as a wife, I'm fine. I'm happy.
Okay.
Just that when I think about the next generation and the kids, what is needed for the life skill to, juggle with the current scenario? It's not given. Something race is happening, competition every now and then. So when I look into the next generation, the skill set that they need, that
Sure.
they have to acquire,
Yeah.
I think that's something, even being an Indian Hindu,
Yeah.
after trying to understanding so many other things, there's quite a lot of things to learn.
Yeah.
So what are we passing on to the next generation is what worries me a lot.
What hurts you? Okay.
Yeah.
What is that identity?
As
Right.
a society.
Huh?
Mother.
Mother identity?
A person in the religion.
Uh-huh. Universal mother. Take universal mother. You're not mother only for.
So many things are confused.
Yeah. It's mother, ultimately a mother identity. Right. So you're still, to be honest, really, my neighbor's child doesn't do well, my nurse like that. Ultimately, maybe you'll think about it 1, 2, 3 times, it'll hurt, it's fine. But my child, something happens, you will be broken, right? So what is the identity? Mother identity. Agree or disagree?
Honestly, I work in education center, so
Oh.
I've been seeing.
Oh, it's a professional identity.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
No, it's combination of.
Teacher identity.
No.
You think about that, I'll come back to you. Yeah. So what is the self-identity that hurts you? Did you understand that self-identity is a problem?
Yeah.
And all identities are false. All identities are roles. It's not real. You're a father, you're an employee, you're a mother, you're a leader, including Guru. Guru also takes an identity momentarily. But the moment I become a Guru, I start thinking I'm a Guru, then I get into trouble. Okay? The moment I think I'm a Guru, then my expectations start. Oh, this person is not bowing down to me. This person is not talking nicely to me. This person is not respecting me, right? So the Gnani takes an identity, uses an identity. When the Agnani becomes the identity. So can you take the identity, like Krishna, can you take many roles, play all the roles beautifully, without getting hurt by the role? That is called moving from self-identity to self-awareness. That will only happen when you know your true identity. Is it clear? So what identity hurts you?
The identity has been shifting.
Okay.
I
So
was
chameleon.
a son. I was a son.
Yeah.
I'm a son.
Yeah.
Previously it was about, hey, like every kid, probably every kid, that I have to be successful in academics. And my expectations when I didn't meet them.
Yeah.
In some cases, then it was like, that was hurting.
Yeah.
And now when I see myself like, okay, I have an ideal picture of a father.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm not that.
Okay.
That hurts me.
Sure.
I am an ideal, in my professional life, I'm supposed to be a leader.
Yeah.
And I short all of that sometimes.
Okay.
Like I'm showing my anger or
Sure.
I'm expecting something more than.
Sure. So basically everything you take on, you burn.
Yeah, it's basically,
Jahan bhi
that's-
jao, wahan. Dua hi dua hai.
yeah, because the expectations is,
Yeah.
and then you are trying to meet them, and then there is a gap, and then there is
Okay.
hurt. Right?
Anu, what are all the identities that you have?
I have crisis of identity.
Crisis of identity. Okay.
So when I go into work, I was wanting to ask this as a question as well. In the journey of trying to find peace and calm.
Yeah.
Somewhere I'm in the middle where I know all this is my illusion, trying to
Yeah.
come to terms.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to see, my boss at work, for example, told me the other day.
Yeah.
You don't want promotion, why are you not asking?
Yeah.
Few years back, I would have fought for it.
Yeah.
But now, if I get it, great.
Yeah.
If I don't, I don't.
Sure.
So he wonders whether that fire in me, the urge in me is reducing.
Sure.
So there's that crisis, whether am I able to balance that role properly?
Okay.
Second is the daughter role.
Okay.
I'm the only child.
Sure.
So there's always is a guilt that
Okay.
I'm not physically there for them. There's
Okay.
probably a time when I'll have to balance.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
The second is also, I'm seeing my parents, I think all of us are, going through a phase where they need to be felt as part of a family.
Yeah.
How do we combat loneliness, support
Yeah.
them?
Yeah.
We are also away.
Yeah.
That identity of, we need to be that energy enough to support others and support ourselves.
Yeah. Okay.
These are the main battles at the moment.
Main
internal
identities.
battles.
Okay. Imaji,
Daughter-in-law.
daughter-in-law identity. Daughter-in-law identity.
It's like my.
You want to impress your in-laws?
No, like my mother-in-law is never happy with me.
वो तो नहीं होगा वो that even Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara comes also they can't do it. The only thing you can do is you have a son luckily you will get a daughter-in-law you pass on the heat to her. You outsource the problem. इतने साल मैंने झेला अब आप झेलो.
No,
Yeah.
after hearing everything.
You think about your mother-in-law now.
Even about even like when Rama left for Vanavasa.
Yeah.
Maybe his mother did not wanted him to go, and even the wife as see where is this? There are like do's and don'ts, and all these rules have been it has been come from generation, and I was under assumption that this is something we have to do.
Okay.
It's like daily karma.
Yeah.
These are the routines that we need to follow. Then
Yeah.
only you get moksha.
Yeah.
And on
Yeah.
Vaikuntha Ekadasi, you go through that Vaikuntha Dwara, then you get moksha. So all these
Yeah.
do's and don'ts, they were like bound to this, and
Yeah.
again under Maya that
Yeah.
okay, this is what the right. There is no right and wrong. It's all about perspective, different perspective. Because
Okay.
so, is there any, like somewhere like I always juggle with like, these people have said all these things. There could be some evidence which I'm not aware of. I sorry, not we. Okay.
This is
I am-
called, actually, I told you, I'm remind you again, narratives. Paying too much unnecessary over attention to a stream of thoughts. That is why the approach of spirituality is don't worry about the negative. Okay? Don't worry about the gap. Don't worry about what is wrong. Don't worry about the challenge. It is very big. Like in the case of Mahabharata war, if you think practically and logically, the Pandava army has no way to win. Their army is smaller. So Krishna tells Arjuna, don't worry about the impossible. You focus on what you can do possible. Okay. So you need to distinguish between imagination and reality, first thing. Okay. So you told all these things, all these ideas, no? How much of that is imagination? How much of that is reality? Anu, you have so many problems, right? All these problems. So spirituality doesn't deny problem. It only tells the solution is, first thing is stop paying too much attention to the problem. Okay. Whatever you pay attention to grows. That is the principle of life. Okay. You put a seed, you don't pay attention to it, right? It probably die. You don't give any attention. Like you bear a child, you don't give attention, it will go haywire, right? But whatever you pay attention to will grow and it will blossom. Are you paying attention, nurturing the negative, or are you going toward lights? And tomorrow is Makar Sankranti. Makar Sankranti is about that. It's called Uttarayana, the beginning of Uttarayana, the northern movement of sun. There are two movements for human consciousness. There's a northern movement, upward movement. It's called divine movement, or there's a southern movement. The southern movement is going into the getting entwined in thought and identity. In the southern movement is for animals, it is hibernation period. Hibernation means they don't, no action is possible because it's so cold and snow and winter, they sleep. When the spring comes up, when the sun comes up, they again come out, action and activity. Okay. Now what enables action? If you go on thinking all these thought patterns, there's an imagination part to it, there's a real part to it. My question is, what is real? What is the imagination part? How much of that is imagination? How much of that is real? In whatever you said right now, Anu, you also, whoever spoke, whatever you said right now, how much is real and how much is imagination? First thing, how do I know what is real? How do I know what is imagination? I think everything is real. There's a test for that. The test is, if I can do something about it today, actual action, it is real. If I can't take an action on it today, it is imagination. So you told so many things, all this Purana, this thing, Kate, Ramayana, everything. What can you do about it today, now?
Towards it or to resolve it?
Towards it, in its direction, what can you do? Do that. Let's say I'm obese, I'm so obese. I go on thinking I'm obese, I'm not doing anything, I'm not doing anything, I'm not doing anything. It's imagination. My problem is not obesity now. My problem is psychosis. But if I have a real problem, this is obesity, a real problem. Now I can only ask, what can I do about it today? Can I fast? Can I change my diet? Can I do workout? Do that. Everything else is imagination. Please understand. And it's useless. Now, the main problem is, because of my imagination, I'm not even doing the thing that I need to do today. And my disease is increasing. Right? So in the Vichara Marga, you will pay attention to the real, which is the real I. Don't pay attention to the false I. False I, we are not trying to take up the false I and solve all of its problem. It is impossible. You pay attention to the light. That will grow in your life. And that will start orienting everything else. Is it clear? So in your cases, all you need to ask is, what can I do about it today? Do it your best. Then tomorrow, we'll see. When if tomorrow comes, any guarantee tomorrow you will come? You're sure tomorrow you'll wake up? Any guarantee? Sir? Anu? Are you guaranteed? So when tomorrow comes, we'll see tomorrow. Then when tomorrow you wake up, you say, okay, I have another day. I will do probably a little more, 1% more better than what I did yesterday. That's all. That's the only change from yesterday to today. There's a book called Atomic Habits. Have you read? Have you read? Not read. So in the Atomic Habit, all of these self-help books are copy paste from Sanatana Dharma. Okay, nothing is original. He talks about, there's an aeroplane in California. Okay, in one part of the country, in the west coast, from the east coast to the west coast. If you change, the airplane is there, airplane has a pathway, right? It sticks to that. If you just move the airplane 3 degrees, how much is 3 degrees? Like this much. Just 3 degrees, if you change it. Okay, you can't even visibly see that there's a change. 3 degrees, and you allow it to fly. You know where it will go? It will go to South America, which is thousands of miles away from the west coast. Just a small positive change, action, every day, over time becomes a very significant shift in your life. And instead of focusing on that, you are playing a mental game, imagination. Sir, is it clear? So the question that you are going to ask, disassociating or telling the self identity is false doesn't make you incompetent. It removes imagination. Okay, the mind has 2 faculty. There is a imaginative faculty, there's a functional faculty. Mano nasha means the imaginative faculty dies. The functional faculty remains. So the gnani doesn't become useless. In fact, when Buddha was a prince, Siddhartha was a prince, Prince Siddhartha, he had a palace for each season. Okay, each season he had a palace, and he was the son of Chakravarti. Okay, and at a young age, somebody had prophesied, if he sees suffering, he'll become a monk. So his father made sure he gets all luxuries. Okay, he had so many servants, so many beautiful people around him. If somebody starts aging, getting gray hair, they were fired from the job. He was made sure to never see sickness, aging. Even if a flower is dying, right? They make sure to cut it before he sees it. So he has never seen anything. In such a richness and vibrance, he was lazy. He was not doing anything. Then when he got enlightened, under the Bodhi tree at the age of 33, 35, for 40 years, with 1 meal a day, traveling across the country, he would work to bring the light to people. He worked for 40 years until the age of 80. Okay, continuously, restlessly, not taking a break. And the flow of people were like, because he was a prince and he became a monk, he had a celebrity status. Like ordinary people get enlightened, they will forget. But here, let's say some Hollywood actor takes up sannyasa, it will become a big thing, no? Like that. And many kings used to come to him. He had no free time. In his time, he had 10,000 Arihantas. Arihantas mean enlightened students, enlightened beings. So anywhere he travels, the whole army of Arihantas would follow him. Okay. And that losing of identity, false identity, doesn't make him incompetent. It actually makes him more competent. Does that answer the question? Because he'll focus, what can I do today? Whatever I've done so far, I don't care. It's already over. What I'm going to do, it's not come yet. It's unreal. But today is reality. I have 24 hours. What can I do today? Everything else beyond 24 hours is imagination. Clear? So whatever problem I have to tell What can I do about it today? If I cannot do about it today, it is a problem is beyond me. There's something which is in my realm, something which is beyond my realm. Okay, like politics of the country, it's not in my realm. But can I do something about it today? Okay, can I do some propagation? Can I send some money to the political party? Do that. If you can't do that, it is beyond your problem, beyond your realm. Forget about it. You understand? So the being deeply involved in the self-identity blinds you. It's called a blind spot. You can't see the solution. Then you need a counselor. Okay, that counselor is called Guru. Arjuna becomes blind. He has a blind spot. My relatives, I have to kill my relatives. I should not fight the war. He has a blind spot. He has capability. He is the best archer. There's nobody can defeat him. But that capability gets a blind spot because of self-identity of a relative. Then he cannot function. What he needs to do now, he doesn't do. And in war, there is no, I'll fight the war later. It's now or never. Right? In life also, it's like that. It's now or never. Certain opportunities, it's now or never. Okay? So he needs it's a mental blindness. That mental blindness needs a correction. That correction is called spirituality. That correction is called Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna is the Guru. Guru's job is to remove that mental blockage. The Guru will not do the job on your behalf. The Guru will remove the blindness, then you are able to do what you need to do. Now the same Guru, if he or she is able to guide you to find the real I, to point you to the real I, that person is called Karana Guru or Sadguru. Sadguru is not title, although it can be used as a title, but Sadguru is not it's not monopoly. Sadguru means any individual who himself or herself is realized. Okay. First criteria is they should have the realization. They should be free from the false identities. They should be established. It should be a Brahmanishta, established in Brahman, and should be able to guide you, teach in a way that you can understand. That person is called a Karana or a Sadguru. Is it clear? And the spiritual journey or fulfillment is impossible without Sadguru. That's why it said, Dhyana Moolam Guror Murti, Puja Moolam Guror Padam, Mantra Moolam Guror Vakyam, Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. Guru Kripa is the teaching. The teaching is what liberates. You have a question?
Yeah. You mentioned about self-inquiry as a instead of like meditation takes you only so far, that only during that period you are concentrating on trying to concentrate
Correct.
on one. But
Meditation is Laya.
yeah.
Gnana, self-inquiry is Nasha.
Yeah. So how do I use self-inquiry in a way, like you said, I want both the words, right? Lakshmi and Narayana, you
Yeah,
said, right?
yeah.
And how do I use self-inquiry in a way that, because meditation is not a scalable solution, because you can't keep meditating forever and then
Correct.
figure out,
Yeah.
because the next open your eyes, you will have problems.
Correct.
So now how do I use self-inquiry to solve this continuous series of things which come during the day, right? Like a practical thing. Tomorrow I go and I have too many things like office, family, like everyone else.
Yeah.
How do I use self-inquiry to kind of resolve?
Self-inquiry is not to resolve problems of the world. Self-inquiry is to solve my problem. If my problem is solved, the world has one less problem.
Yeah.
So Ramana Maharshi used to say, the biggest service you can do to the world is you realize yourself and you get out. One Buddha is one more less person in the world to add problems. One less ignorant person, which is a great service to the world. Please understand. So self-inquiry will not solve your problem. Of course, because your mind becomes calm, mind has some capability, that will start coming out. That could be productive and useful to people. But self-inquiry is not about solving problems of the world.
Hmm.
Self-inquiry is for, I want to find who I am. I want to get out of the mess. I want to wake up from the dream.
How do
First,
I,
then we'll see if there's a world to solve. Right now, what world you're talking about, I have a question whether it exists or not. What world are you talking about? Is there a world?
no,
What do you understand yesterday?
okay,
Which world? Which world's problem you want to solve?
The world which I create through my intellect.
Stop creating it, no? That is the best solution.
But we can't be like that, right? So there is a real thing, right? Like you got food to bring to the home, you got your kids, you got your wife, you have to go and work. You have to.
I don't know. You go to work. Your wife also goes to work.
Yes.
So Suman, where's Suman? You go to work? No, she doesn't go. Why did you include her in your week? Huh?
So I think I can understand his question, right? Like, so
Tell, what is the question?
Question is,
Who is going to do all that? What you said, Atma does all that?
no,
Who does it?
the society side.
So the body, who, I told you, who goes and comes?
The role that I'm playing.
Who goes and comes?
But
Who feels?
Body.
Who thinks? They will do their work. You don't have to interfere.
how do we?
The
how-
body knows. For 6 a.m., 7 a.m., it knows it has to go to toilet. Okay, it knows and it will go. Even if you stop it, it will go. Right? It is intelligent.
No, but it goes back to the same example he shared yesterday with the child, right? Like, don't go and tell in the school that I'm Atma.
Yeah.
See, so we have got the karmas that we have to do.
We have got.
Sorry, I have got.
Tell no.
Yeah. I have got the karma.
Okay, so we will take up this now. I have got the karma. So tell me one karma you have done, something you do in day to day. Do you make the typical exam? My guru also gives this. Do you make tea or coffee?
Yes.
Do you make?
Yes.
You make.
Well,
Okay, tell me. Can you describe how you make?
coffee.
What do you like, tea or coffee?
Coffee.
You like coffee. Okay. How many coffee lovers here? Only
Little
one.
bit.
Huh?
Little bit. I'm
Okay.
both love.
Both lovers. Okay. ನೀವು ಕುಡಿಯಲ್ಲ fruit juice.
It depends on the weather condition.
ಚಳಿ ಇದ್ರೆ
ಚಳಿ ಮಳೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕಾಫಿ.
ಕಾಫಿ.
ಮೂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಸಾಲಾ ಟೀ.
ಮಸಾಲೆ tea. ಆಯ್ತು. So tell me, describe to me how you make coffee.
You have to take a cup,
Okay.
pour a little bit of water,
Okay.
and then fill it up with milk.
Okay.
Take a pan,
Okay.
pour the entire thing into the pan,
Okay.
light up the gas, wait for the milk to boil.
Okay.
Once it is boiled, stop it.
Uh-huh.
Take the coffee, instant coffee powder,
Sure.
mix it how much ever you like,
Okay.
pour it and drink it.
So it's a series of steps.
Steps, yes.
In this, which you made? The cup you made? The milk you made?
No.
The water you made?
No.
The coffee powder you made? The fire you made?
No.
What did you make? You tell you did coffee. You are like that, your boss, the office, no? The team does all the work. Then the manager goes and tells,
No.
I did.
No, here, I mean, it's beautiful point, right? I understand what you're saying. Right?
Ah.
But at the same time,
But first tell me what did you do? Did you make coffee? Wait. Did you make coffee? You didn't make the cup. You didn't make the milk. You didn't make the water. You didn't make the coffee powder. You didn't make the sugar. You didn't make the fire. You didn't make the phenomena
I
that.
have that experience because
He
she
put the
gives me.
effort to make the coffee.
Yeah.
He put, everything is there, everything is visible,
Ah.
everything is available.
So you put them together?
I put the experience
Just
together.
efforts.
Now we'll catch that point. Lift your hand. Everybody lift your hand. Put down your hand. Lift your other hand. Put down the hand. Who lift the hand? You lift the hand?
A body lifter.
By body. But you made coffee. So you tell I mixed it. Who lift the hand? To lift the hand, there is a series of, in modern robotics, in science, to get a robot with a hand, no, like fingers, to get it moved like this itself is probably 1,000 lines of code. Okay, for it to get what they make to do is to make the robot learn. They give it an egg, so it has to hold at the right pressure. If it press too much, it will break. So to teach the robot to hold an egg without breaking it, it is years of research. Till now, they are not able to do it, and it is millions and millions lines of code. So your body to lift hand, there are set of very complex phenomena, which is even beyond science. The heart has to beat. Are you making the heart beat? The brain has to send a neural signal. And you know how many pathways are there in the brain? There are so many pathways in the brain, more than the stars and planets and galaxies in the universe. Okay, there's no way, and no science and technology will be able to find out in which pathway a signal has to go for a hand to be lifted. Did you do that? No. Then the breathing has to continue, happen. The blood has to flow. So which part of it, you tell me, you are doing?
Nothing.
Who lift the hand? हाँ? हाथ किसने उठाया? आपने उठाया? किसने उठाया? हाथ उठाओ, नीचे रखो. किसने उठाया हाथ? Body is.
सोच ने उठाया.
It's the mind, the thoughts. Without the mind, the body cannot exist. And thoughts.
Thought, who thinks? You think? I told you yesterday, thought comes or you think?
What comes?
Ah. So who's doing that thought coming, hand lifting, coffee making? Who's doing it? करने वाला कौन है? I'm trying to ask, करने वाला कौन है? Because your question was, oh, I have to do my life, I have to do my job. Because let's find out who is the doer. करने वाला कौन है? जो भी करना है, whoever has to do, get the milk, no, who has to build, take care of the family, get the milk. There should be some doer, right? I'm trying to narrow it down to a simple action of coffee and lifting the hand. Then we'll figure out getting the milk and groceries. Okay, go step by step. First, find out who is lifting the hand and who is making the coffee. Who is doing it? Because whoever is doing it, that same person will take care of the other job also. Okay, then you have no problem. If you are doing it, then we have a problem. So tell me, are you doing it?
The thought in me is doing.
Thought in you is doing it. Thought comes or you create it?
Created.
Huh? You create it. Okay, create a thought. Can you create a thought? You can only acknowledge a thought that comes.
Correct.
You cannot create a thought.
Correct. Correct.
It is beyond your capability. You're incompetent. Right? Shruti, depressed.
No, I'm just thinking about
क्या कपड़ा बन रहे
reaction.
क्लास के
Reactions and these thoughts. Like yesterday is the discussion.
अरे thought reaction bitpidi. I want to know who lift your hand. Did you make masala chai? You made masala chai yesterday? Today? ಇವತ್ತು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ?
ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಪೊಂಗಲ್.
ಪೊಂಗಲ್ ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ?
Yes.
ನೀವೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ? ಹೆಸರು ಪೊಂಗಲ್ ನೀವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ?
ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಓಕೆ, ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ ಮತ್ತೆ? Did you make anything today morning? Did you make coffee, tea? What did you make? Huh? Huh? Tea. You made it? Who made it? You had the tea?
I had the-
Did you have the tea?
body had the-
Who made it?
body.
The body is a machine. How can it do anything? Who made the tea? Because whoever made the tea, because tea making is no ordinary feat. It's practically an impossible feat. It is super intelligent feat. Okay, if there's some element entity that's making the tea, that element is super intelligent enough to take care of the rest of the life also. So if you understand who is making the tea, we have no problem. Who made the tea? That's why Pallaviji went away from the class. She's making tea. Masala tea, madada. Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita. Repeat after me. Prakritehe क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकार विमूढात्मा दत्ताहम् इति मन्यते. Correct ಹೇಳೋಣ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ teacher. So Krishna tells Prakrite Kriyamani, the super intelligence existence does everything. Everything. Without exception. The biggest of the biggest action to the smallest of brushing your teeth and making tea. That is Divine Mother who takes care. Ahankara Vimudhatma. In your delusion, you think you are doing it. You are like that in the old this thing, no? Regional movies, Kannada, Tamil, and Malayalam. And the hero will come, Rajkumar will come, or some hero will come, Mammootty will come, and he will beat up all the villains. Then everything is done. Everybody is saved. Then the police will come. Then they'll take a group photo. Ah, yes, we did it. So ego is like that. It doesn't do anything. Please understand. Ahankara means feeling of I, self-identity. You don't do anything. Everything is happening. Everything is happening on its own intelligence. But you tell you're doing it. You can't even lift a hand if the Prakriti doesn't intend it. That's why it's told. If Lord doesn't will, even a blade of grass will not move. So who's the doer? The Divine Mother. Is it clear? Now, the clarity, what happens is, you understand that I am not doing it. Things are happening. Okay, when things are happening, and if you're a witness, then the body mind is in general tune to, will be in tune with nature. And nature is mother. Mother always wants the child to grow. Right? Any mother doesn't want the child to grow. In all aspects of life, she wants the child to grow. That's why she had the child. So the Divine Mother will make sure you grow with whatever predisposition, skill, situation that you are in, you will prosper. Right now, it is stress and effort because you think you are doing it. You are taking the responsibility. With wisdom, when you rest in awareness, when the same awareness also has the intelligence to take care of your life. Yes.
Then why does the Divine Mother, even though the stupid child, with whatever consciousness he or she has, it has, do wrong things?
Okay.
Why does the Divine Mother entail that to happen? Even though, for example,
it allows the child, the Divine Mother is like the sun. Okay. In the sunlight, the roses bloom, the lotus bloom, Parthenium also grows. Can you hold the sun responsible? It is a predisposition of that particular flower, the seed. So whatever seed is there in you, that will be illuminated. So Lord doesn't interfere. Until a point, you seek intervention. Then the intervention comes in as wisdom. Then there's a change. Unlike a rose and a flower and a Parthenium, there is a limitation that they cannot change. Parthenium cannot become rose. But in a human being, is a spectrum of possibilities. In a human being, you can be a demon. You can be a asura, rakshasa. In a human being, you can be a human being, a normal human being. Or in a human being, you can be a devata. Or in a human body, you can be Paramatma, a Gnana. The choice is left to you. Is it clear? So who made the coffee? It's all supreme intelligence. And when you realize this, when this becomes clear in you, you will feel the whole, as if the whole burden has been taken off from your shoulder. Become relaxed. That's what a Gnani is supposed to be. Buddha is so relaxed under the Bodhi tree. First, he was carrying the burden of my enlightenment. I have to get enlightened, I have to get enlightened, I have to get enlightened. Okay? Then he just surrendered, let go. You feel a deep sense of relaxation. In that deep sense of relaxation and calmness, what happens? So the human brain is the human mind, brain, and body is a remarkable achievement in evolution. It is after evolution of thousands and probably millions of years. It's very advanced. It has so many capabilities that you don't know. Now, all those capabilities are hidden or blocked because you're so focused on object consciousness. You're on your own thought. When that force of thought, overthinking stops, suddenly this energy is now free. It starts moving into new pathways in the brain. Okay, new ideas, new creativity, new creation. Now, right now, your creativity is blocked. You are not creative because how can I be creative? I have fight and flight. Like a deer who has to be in fight and flight cannot bear a child. Energy does not, the blood flow does not move to the stomach. Blood flow moves to the hands and legs because I need to run. You understand? It's not a time to create. What is the time? To run. So they did an experiment in China on rats. So typically all rats are taken for experiments. The rat, they gave it electrical shock and radiation. So there's a maze, they put them in a maze, okay? If you give the rat radiation, electrical shock before putting it, it's shivering. It's in a state of shock and stress. In that state of shock and stress, not a single rat will explore a new pathway in the maze. It will go in the same known pathway. You understand? But if the rat is, and they took a free rat, like it was running around outside, no, it was just free. They put that in a safe way. They bring it without creating its stress, and they leave it in the maze. It'll find a way out immediately. And one more thing is, if one rat finds a way out in the maze in one part of the world, in China, in US, another rat will find the way out of the maze.
Sorry.
If one rat in China goes out of the maze, figures it out and goes out of the maze, another rat in the same maze learns, which is not able to go out of the maze, immediately learns it and goes out of the maze.
What is the same route, the new route?
Out of the maze. So one is route learning. The second is going out of the maze. Okay, first time the rat is exploring different pathways. Only if it is stress-free. If it is stressed, it will go only in known pathways. And if it doesn't know where to go, it will just stop. It will still and it will die. It will rot there. Then ultimately the maze has some way that takes you out of the maze. Have you all played that maze game where the ball, right? So if the rat goes outside in one part of the world, in another part of the world, a rat in the same there. So the research is done by the same people. The same maze, another rat, which has no connection to this rat, will find a route out. And they call it the field of consciousness. That means if somebody learns something, somebody discovers something, learns something, many people in the world will also come to that, who are in that stage, will come to the same understanding. So you're not an individual.
So all the conscious are connected.
Everything is connected. It's called quantum entanglement. If you spin one particle in one part of the universe, light years away, another particle also spins, is what they found. And that they call as quantum entanglement. And the language of Sanatana is called Shakti. It is divine intelligence. And that intelligence knows. It has brought you till here. Okay, which is a possible feat. For you to survive in the world itself is impossible. You go outside, some rock and lightning can strike you. The fact that you made it till here is a miracle. The fact that you can see is a miracle. The fact that you can digest your food is a miracle.
Life on the earth is miracle.
So all these miracles are taken care for you. And you're worried who will bring milk to my table tomorrow. Huh? तो दूसरा हाथ दो.
Dusra.
Should I have the question?
Yes.
What?
Sorry. Sorry. So if you
Clear,
assume,
madam.
if you assume everything is
No, we are not assuming.
no.
Assumption is a belief.
No, yes.
Belief is unknown. I'm talking about the known truth.
So everything is done by the divine.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry to ask this, but let's say I'm going.
Who is sorry? See, what you do is you are programmed to speak. That's what is different in satsang. In the world, your ignorance is encouraged. Everybody speaks like, oh, good morning, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. You are neither you fine, neither is a good morning. Okay. Okay. It's just programmed behavior. You start speaking arbitrary things and nobody questions it because everybody else also is blind. In the presence of the master, your ignorance is not spared. Even if you use it accidentally, there's no room for error. So who is sorry? Is that a meaningful thing to say? Are you really sorry? And what are you sorry about? And who is sorry?
Don't ask me the question.
What, the whole point of this discussion forum is that.
Because I didn't.
Who is sorry?
My mind.
What did you say?
I am sorry.
What should you say?
My mind is sorry.
Correct. Continue. My
The mind is sorry.
is it your mind? Whose mind is it? Whose mind is it?
That I created.
Huh? You created the mind. Whose mind is it? Mind is society, belongs to society. Every single thought that comes into your mind is not yours. You tell me a single thought that is yours in the mind. You'll tell, oh, I like cricket match, I'll go to the cricket. That also is from programming, your upbringing, your society and all that. All your likes and dislikes are nothing but society's likes and dislikes. Shruti, you have any thought of your own? Original thought aapka kuch hai? Original piece of art. Everything is copied art. Plagiarized. Anu, you have any thought of your own? Even the thought that, oh, I have to worry about my parents is program. It's somebody else's. Shankaracharya, Acharya Shankara, including Krishna. Krishna had in the, what is that? The place that he was, Nanda Gokula. He had a beautiful family. And the gopis were there, and the life there was extremely, how do I say, fulfilling, joyful. But he knows his purpose. What is his purpose? Loka Kalyana. So he leaves them, and people, the gopis tell, we will never be the same if you leave, and he never gets an opportunity to go back also. Adi Shankaracharya, he leaves his mother. His mother is very old. She begs him, don't take sannyasa. He says, nothing doing. Very crystal clear. I have to take sannyasa. Then by the time he comes back after teaching the world, she is no more. Okay. Then the whole depression is also a programming of the society. You are being trained to feel like that. You understand? You have never met anybody who has taught you how to handle such situations. This is what I'm telling. The old man and the teenager. You have learned everything from the teenager. You never learned anything from the old man. Okay. This you will learn with soldier's family. A dear friend of mine works in the military. So he tells about the family of soldiers, no? And then generational. Grandfather was in the army, father is in the army, son is in the army. The approach of their family is very different from common public. So they don't consider themselves as civilians. They are military family, right? Their approach is like, you go and die for the country. Don't come back home. If you come back home, you have to come victorious, or you should come in a box with what is that?
Rifle.
So nobody taught you that. You all learned garbage. You all learned attachment, delusions. So which is more mature? Which approach is more mature? Approach of the old man or approach of the our teenager, tattooed teenager,
Oh,
right? Makes sense. So that's why I told unlearn. There's a lot of things to unlearn. That all starts with the language. Stop speaking nonsense. In front of me, if you speak, you'll get beating. At least in front of me, don't speak nonsense. Don't say things like, I'm sorry. Who is sorry?
right.
Mind is sorry. Continue. Mind is sorry now. It better be.
That's the question I had was, if everything is,
Who has questions?
the society.
Questions is what? So what is the question? What is the statement?
The statement is
The intellect has question.
question.
What is the question?
If everything is if everything is beyond, me and the divinity, is doing it. I have to drive back to home now. But if I don't drive, the car won't drive by itself, or
Yeah.
it's something which is making me to drive. But if I just think that it will happen because it is it is not done by me, but the car won't drive by itself, right?
So think it is not done by you and sit. How long you'll sit here? Let me see. Can you sit?
No.
The force inside you will make you. It'll create a thought. No, I screw all this wisdom. You'll get a thought. You'll move.
I think
You
I
got it,
got the answer. I got the answer. Thank you.
madam. Clear? Who made masala chai? And without making masala chai, without lifting your hand, you are worried about our country and the future generation and everything. Lord knows what to do for the future generation. You please take care of yourself. Come out, wake up from your dream. That's all you need to do. That's called self-realization. Okay? Shall we do that now? So, I am Atma. I am consciousness. I am Atma. I am consciousness. First is to understand, I am not what I think I am. Repeat, I am not what I think I am. Right? Is it clear? I am not what I think I am is clear. I think I am man. I think I am woman. I think I am body. I think I am mother. I think I am identity. I am not that. I play the role, but I am not the role. Okay? I am not what I think I am. I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not the intellect. I am not my thoughts. I am not my feelings. I am not my emotions. I am pure consciousness. Shivoham. Shivoham. Now we'll put this into practice. Consciousness is pure witness. It witnesses thought and absence of thought. Sensation, absence of sensation. clarity, confusion, both. Okay? It is just a pure witness. It is light, and that is what you are. Now, we close your eyes and just stay as witness. Okay? There'll be some sensation in the body. Don't react, good or bad sensation. The body will create some pain. Take your attention. Okay? Just be a witness. Then the mind will create imagination, stories. What am I doing? Wasting my time. My family is there. It will create some stories. Don't get involved. Whatever the intellect, mind, body stimulate, instigate, don't react. Stay as a witness. You understand? So if the reaction happens, become aware of the reaction. Then there will be a thought, oh, I reacted. Guruji told not to react and I reacted. I have lost the game. Witness that. Don't bring reality to that also. Whatever happens in this machine, witness, just be a pure witness without getting involved. Is that clear? Is the task clear? Can you do that? And witnessing is not an action. Everything else is an action. Witnessing is not an action. Witnessing is presence. That presence is called the presence is called Atma. There is a presence that you feel throughout your body as I. That is the Atma. Okay. Now, remain as Atma, as witness, and whatever is Anatma, non-self, be a witness to that. Don't say it should not be there or it should be there, or don't get involved. Don't be for or against it. Just be a pure witness. Clear? Close your eyes. Take your attention to the center of the forehead, the third eye center, Agna Chakra. Rest your awareness at the third eye. And remain a witness to thought, feeling, sensation, emotion. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Open your eyes. Are you able to witness? Remain as a witness to the body mind.
I thought so.
Yeah. Prasadji? Kundanji?
It was, so body was aching, everything I could see. That I was having, people were talking, so I can listen.
Yeah, it was getting further thoughts were coming, but I was trying to come back and say I'm witness.
Yeah. Okay. Shruti? Are you able to witness? Witnessing is remaining as a non-reactive witness. Right now, you are habituated to reacting to every garbage that your mind throws up. Stop doing that. That solves the problem. Everything that it throws up, which is 90% imagination, nothing is actionable. If it throws up something, see if it's actionable, do it. Okay? Focus on the action. And action doesn't need thought. Action is action. Okay? So let's say I'm obese, I want to, instead of worrying, I get the thought, I have to probably walk. Walking doesn't need thought. Action doesn't need thought. Action will happen. You have to write a line of code. The body mechanism keeps doing it. Only after the action is over, then the ego comes and tells, I did it. Do you see that? During action, there is no ego. Do you see that? When you walk, when you do any action, when you cook, there is no ego. Ego is not there. Only the ego comes after the action and tells, I did it. And when there is no action, the ego goes on with its narratives, thinking pattern. This is part clear? Shall we go to the next topic?
One thing you said when we were doing it about role playing, because the role comes in play. That's why we do all this chattering.
Correct.
So can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. So there are many roles in life. The electricity. Okay, and there are many devices. Okay, through the bulb, the electricity gives light. To the TV, the electricity performs the whatever the TV. To the fan, the electricity gives air. So the same electricity passing through various instruments, depending on the instrument, it behaves in a certain way. So you are electricity or you are the bulb? Are you the object or are you the electricity? Electricity is consciousness. Role is instrument. A role is an instrument of transaction. No transaction, no role. Every role is for a transaction. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Mother role is for some transaction. I have to give my child this, I have to do something. Guru role is also transaction. Okay. When the transaction is complete, the role is not needed. Like let's say there's a rat has come into your house and you get a rat trap. Once the rat is caught, you don't need the rat trap. You understand? So the role is like a transaction, and a transaction has transactional rules, transactional guidelines and framework. So your job, the Jiva individual, is to play the role to the best of the abilities. Okay. The answer that I give is, somebody after the Rama comes back, there is Hanuman. Hanuman also comes back. Rama. Somebody asks Rama, "What is Rama to you?" Rama tells, sorry, somebody asks Hanuman, "What is Rama to you?" Hanuman tells, "When my eyes are open, I am Rama's Dasa. I am Ramadasa. When I meditate, when I do puja, internal puja, Rama is in me. Rama is in my heart. Okay. Rama is my source of energy. Then when my mind is in samadhi, when there's no mind, then there's no Hanuman. There is Rama alone. Then I am Rama. You clear? So whenever I play the role, whatever role I do, I understand I am not the role. I'm just playing the role. It's like acting. And as acting, I'll do it to the best of my capabilities. And I do it as an offering to the Lord. Because my eyes are open, I feel I'm doing it. Whenever I feel I'm the doer, whatever I do it as a role, and I do it to my best of the abilities. And I focus on today, because tomorrow is imagination, yesterday is imagination. I'll see what can I do today, little better than yesterday. So that way, whatever role I take up, I will excel. That's called Karma Yoga. The secret for the role is Karma Yoga. You can excel in any role with the simple principle. First is I am playing the role. Then, whatever I'm doing it as an offering to the Lord. And whatever comes out of the role, I accept it as a gift from the Lord. Then you take on any role. You play the role of a professional, you play the role of a doctor, you play the role of an engineer, right? In whatever profession you have, you will do something, but the result sometimes might not come. Okay, you will do some work, but you don't get appreciation. Then you tell, I accept it as a result from the Lord. Then what can I do? I can be hurt, or I can do today a little better than yesterday. So today I learned, I did something, I didn't get appreciation. Tomorrow I'll do a little better. I'll do my work. At the same time, I'll talk about my work. I'll add an action. You understand? I'll be more active. So I learned from yesterday that I did my work, but I didn't get appreciation. I didn't get visibility. So doing the work is not just enough in this game. I also have to talk about doing my role. Have you understood that? In your office, not enough to do your role. You have to do your role and tell people that you did your role. The crying baby gets the milk. Have you heard?
Yeah, I was saying branding.
Branding, self-branding, and nobody will beat the trumpet for you. You have to beat your own trumpet. Okay? It is a rule of transaction. So there's a rule of transaction and the rule of transcendental. Never, ever, ever mix them like what Prithviraj did. So the king mixed the rules. In transcendental rule, everybody is divine. In transactional rule, somebody is a boss, somebody is a there's a Ramayana drama going. All of them are actors. The actor who is playing Ravana, he goes on stage, he's drunk. Okay. Then Hanuman, the actor Hanuman comes and tells, hey, Ravana, you kidnapped Sita. This guy is drunk. Instead of telling his dialogue, he tells, what? I have not kidnapped your wife. Go and see. She's at your home. Right? He can't do that. He is on the stage. He is playing a role. He has to stick to his dialogue. You understand? So when you're playing the role, stick to your dialogue. As a parent, you have to show anger, show your anger. But don't ever think. The problem why you really become angry is you go on conceptualizing that my son will do something, my daughter will do something. You're already burning. Then when they do the slightest thing, you jump. Anu, it doesn't happen. You're also Anu, right?
Yeah.
Anuradha. Okay. Mommy does that? Yes. Kundanji, clear?
Yes, one point related to this.
हाँ जब अभी जो समझ में आया वो बोलिए पहले.
इसका ही point है.
हाँ.
Because we are indulging because we have this ahankar coming to us.
ये we कौन है भाई?
We means that universe. Guiding principle for.
हाथ दो. दोनों हाथ दो. ये we कौन है?
The guiding principle.
क्या वो we है?
समुच्चय.
वो I भी नहीं है, we भी नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं है. वो सिर्फ है. Right?
तो
we कौन है पहले? वो बताइए.
ये शरीर के साथ जो अहंकार जुड़ता है जिसके कारण हम रोल को प्ले करने का ओनरशिप ले लेते हैं.
कौन है we?
मतलब ये शरीर
है.
हाँ,
ठीक है.
शरीर
मशीन है
के
वो.
साथ. हाँ, तो जैसे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी तो चल रहा है.
ठीक है.
It's flowing in the wire. But when we start thinking that
Again we.
that when the thought comes that the bulb is self.
Okay.
Instead of self being the electricity,
Okay.
the self basically shapes itself as a bulb.
Okay.
Or as a TV.
Okay.
And that is the role of ahankar, how it basically binds the self to the object.
That is only apparent.
Apparent.
Ego can never bind us either. Ego is non-existent. Ego, body, mind, world is appearance itself.
Yeah.
How can an appearance, is it telling the mirage is binding the desert? Mirage is just an appearance in the desert. Okay, there is no mirage, there is nothing.
Yeah.
It's only appearing. Like you in the Vedanta, they give an example. You're going in the forest, then suddenly you get scared. There's a snake. Then you put the light. It's only a rope. Okay, was the snake there? No, but did it create suffering? Yes. The moment you put on the light, you don't see this thing. Then you turn off the light, it still appears as a snake. But this time you're not scared. You understand? So the role is not, the ego is not there. When you question the ego disappears. That's what is called inquiry. When you ask, who am I? Who is that I, ego? It's not there at all. Then the I thought comes again. This time it's a I thought. So there's a I thought and there's a real I. Everybody, do you understand? There's a real I which never says I. It is just a witness. Then there is a I thought. For example, I say I picked up the chocolate. I picked up the phone. Is it the same I that picked up the chocolate and same I picked up the phone?
No.
Then the third thought comes. It is the same I that picked up the chocolate and phone. And that stream of I thought you call as ego. You understand?
Repeat that, please.
I picked up the chocolate or I ate the chocolate. Then I ate samosa. Then I made chai. Then the fourth thought comes. I only did all of those things. It's another thought, I thought. What is the real I doing in all of this? It is just
Witnessing.
watching. It is just witnessing. It is neither interfering, neither doing it. It's just witness to all of these I thoughts. It is there when the I thought is there. It is there when the action is happening where the I thought is not there. When you're actually making the coffee, the I thought is not there. Once the I thought coffee making is done, the I thought comes and says, I made the coffee. Then later I thought tells, I made the coffee and I drank the coffee. So what are you? Are you the I thought? And each I thought is different from the previous I thought. It's a new I thought. You understand?
Yeah.
For example, so where's everybody else missing? Who's missing?
Shishadri is missing.
Ah, okay. No, this one is missing. Shruti, you lay there, huh?
Ah, I understand.
Ah, okay. Shruti is missing. We'll wait for Shruti. You're okay, Shishadri? Ah, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಚೇರ್ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಚೇರ್ ಇದೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಗೆ ಹೊಡೆಯಕ್ಕೂ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ
ನೀವೇ ಕೋಡ್ ಬೇರೆ ತಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ
ಬನ್ನಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ತೋರಿಸಿ ಕಮ್ಮಿ
Captain is there, no?
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ನೋಡಿ ಸರಿ
ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ತರಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ
Okay, so Shruti, I was telling, did you hear about the I thought? I thought and I. Every time you say I, you are always telling a different I. So it is told in the Shastras that if you can take a dip in the river Ganga even once, you will get enlightened. Have you heard?
Yeah.
If you take a dip in the holy Ganga river, you will get enlightened. How many times can you take a dip in the river? How many times can you take a dip in the river? What is your name? Kanishka. Can you take a dip in the river? Not in winter. Once you can take. Why not? Why not more?
Because you're already enlightened.
So the moment you put the feet in the water, that water is moved. By the time the feet goes inside, it's a different water. So you can never take a dip in the river because the river is always flowing. It's flowing water. You understand? River is a noun. But what is there in reality is a verb. It is constantly changing. You understand? Noun means solid. It doesn't change. But there's no such thing as river because the water is flowing. Right? You can never ever take a dip in the river because the moment you take a dip, by the time you've completed the dip, the water has changed.
Then why do they say you have to take
So you understand this? That you can never take a dip. When you understand that you can never take a dip in the river Ganga, you're purified. That understanding is called Gnana Ganga. The Gnana Ganga purifies. So what you say as me is a noun. But what is it actually? You're a verb. So you're what? What is your name?
Deepak.
Deepak. You're not Deepak. You're Deepaking. Because your body is changing. Every breath you take, millions of cells are dying. millions of cells are taking birth. Okay, the tomato, that apple you ate is becoming you. Okay, then the rice that you digested is going out of shit. So your body is constantly changing, mind is constantly changing. The I thought, which is not there, which only comes, and every time it comes to the new I thought, is constantly changing. Then whatever you call as me is not a noun. What is it? So you are a Deepa king, you are Anuing. There is no such thing as Anu. Please understand. But all the problems you say is solidified problem is for me. That me only is not there. What does that mean? It's a changing I. But are you the changing I? You don't feel I don't change. You feel I don't change. And that is not because of the Deepa king. It is because of the witness, Atma. That is why you feel I don't change. The I thought is changing. The ego is disappearing and appearing. The body is changing you have one body in the waking state, one body in the dream sleep state, no body in the deep sleep state. So much is changing. You are in the waking state, you're in Reading. In dreaming, you're in Croissant. In waking, you're married to one wife. In dreaming, you are married to another wife. Right? But still you say, I don't change. That is because of not of Anuing. It is because of real Anu, which is Atma. You understand? Is it clear? The roles are clear?
Your anchor is also the witness is the real.
Witness real. Everything is just appearance in the witness. It appears, I thought comes, then it disappears. The moment I ask you, who are you? That I thought, who told I lift the hand, it's gone. That guy is not there to answer at all. Who will give the answer? Then the new guy has to fix the problem of the old guy. The new I thought that comes leverages the memory that was left behind and has to continue the story. The poor guy, it's so unfair. The new ego has to deal with the mess of the previous ego. Okay, but luckily, this guy also will disappear. Then the other guy will come and continue. And then that guy also disappears. Like in India government office, you go, you have to get some work done. This guy will tell, no, you go to that place. Then you will go with all the papers ready, and you tell him that person told, no, I am not the right guy. You go to that guy. Then you go to that person. Then he says, no, you get another form. You go somewhere else. Okay. Then you keep hopping, table hopping. You are just ego hopping.
So that results in Kundan not being Kundan associated with body. Basically, Kundan has got nothing to do with this.
There is no Kundan.
Exactly.
Where is Kundan?
There's no Kundan.
There is no Kundan. What is Kundan? Body is Kundan? No.
Nothing.
Mind is Kundan? No. What is Kundan? Atma is not Kundan. Atma is Atma. Atma is no name.
So this attachment.
Kundan आपका husband ही नहीं है.
So
Good riddance. It's always unfair, no? The husbands are only getting into trouble.
So always. Because they are born for that. So
Kundan hai. What is Kundan?
so association with this body, which makes this Kundan to exist.
There is no association. Who has association?
The shifting thought, the changing ego.
The changing ego is changing. No? Like to have association,
Yeah.
there should be two solid, constant entities.
Yeah.
Right? That is an association.
Yeah.
That is what is called a marriage. There should be a husband and there should be a wife. But there is husbanding and there's a wifing. Wife is also constantly changing. Husband is also constantly changing. Then what is marriage? There should be two solid entities. So ego is constantly changing. Body is constantly changing. So how can you say ego and body are attached, associated? They're never associated. The I thought momentarily comes. It just is I'll tell you what is I thought. Ego is like, I don't know if it's the case in UK. In India, if you to buy a property, there is a broker. Broker doesn't own anything. The seller has the land, the buyer has the money. But the broker will make the buyer and seller meet. He will take 2% from the seller, 2% from the buyer. You understand? That's exactly what is ego. The body, mind, intellect belongs to nature, Prakriti. The Atma, the I belongs to Atma. What the I thought does is, it takes the I from the Atma and the body mind from the nature and tells I did it. I is from Atma. Doing is from body. And it takes the two together like an agent and tell I did it. It'll tell I did it, it'll go away. Then a new ego will come and tell I did it yesterday. Then that will go away. And moment to moment, it goes and comes and goes and comes and goes and comes. In the language of science, this is called bubble chamber experiment. It is a bubble chamber experiment. They observed a particle. Okay. So the first they figured out, okay, if I observe, only if I observe the particle is there. So they constantly observe. When you constantly observe, they found that the particle appears, disappears, appears, disappears, but it happens so rapidly that it feels like it is there. If you slow down, it's like a movie. The guy is punching. But if you play in slow motion, it will go like this. You exist only in fast play of the mind. The moment you slow down your mind, Kundan will start appearing like images. Then if you completely silence the mind, Kundan disappears. So the association is a concept. That's why it said, asangoham, asangoham, asangoham punah punaha. Meaning, I am of the nature of asanga. I cannot be attached. Because for attachment to happen, something else should be there. Duality should be there. There is no duality. Kundaji?
No, I got that point. The point is, what was occurring in my head was, इसको बनाता हूँ अंग्रेजी में.
ठीक है.
Okay. If the body thinks that there is the existence of this body.
Thinking किसका काम है?
The body thinks.
Body cannot think.
The body has that chamber where the thinking is happening.
No, I told you. Thinking, feeling,
Yeah, so the brain,
doing.
the brain part of
Intellect.
the
Intellect is the thinking faculty. Okay.
So technically the intellect.
Intellect. Buddhi.
So buddhi. So when the buddhi has this concept that yes, I exist.
Hmm.
The buddhi has this concept.
Buddhi has a concept. Correct.
I exist.
Correct.
Right? The pain is there in my back.
In the body.
In my body.
Correct.
But buddhi is acknowledging that pain.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Now the manas is trying to avoid that pain by standing, walking, doing something.
Correct.
Making you do that. Right?
Correct.
But the witness part of this, which is basically unaffected.
Yeah.
So the wrapper to the witness, that changing ego.
Yeah.
Is so much effective that the witnessing I sometimes vanish is always
covered. Correct.
Is covered.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So how to drop that ego? That was because we are playing the roles. Even a pain taker is also a role.
Yeah.
So how to drop that ego?
That's what I'm telling you. The dropping can only happen with the inquiry. You ask, who is the one who is blocking? Who is the one who has the pain? Pain kisko hai?
Body ko hai.
No, that is when you really ask, then you become calm. You'll be able to witness the pain. So I'll give you a real example. Ramana Maharshi had a cancer. What is it? A very malignant cancer, and he had to be operated. When they did the operation, he did it without anesthesia. Okay, and he was tranquil. He was silent, and the whole surgery room was filled with the deep silence. And the doctors were performing the surgery. Then the doctor has never seen such a thing, where some patient is so calm and silent and tranquil, and it's radiating. He asked Ramana Maharshi, was there no pain? He said, there was pain, but it was not for me. It is in the body. and he's witnessing the pain. In the case of ego, what happens? The pain which is there in the body is converted into suffering. मुझे क्यों आया? भगवान ने मुझे ही pain दिया, right? I should not have the pain. How will I do my work now? Who will take care of my family? All that thought pattern. That is called suffering. So enlightenment will annihilate suffering. Pain will remain. Pain is for the body. Further, whatever you have to do, take a painkiller, walk around, do whatever you have to do. Please don't expect, just because I realize myself, I am immune to pain. Pain is actually a very good thing. In nature, pain is a remarkable phenomena. Because with, let's say you're walking and your leg gets cut. If you don't feel the pain, you'll lead to death. Okay. If there was no pain in childbirth, can you imagine what would be the population of the world? With the pain only, it's so much. If there was painless, then life would be very difficult. Pain is essential for life. Suffering is choice. Now, how will that ego go away, which is creating the suffering? The only way, mark my words, the only way to get rid of that which is not there. So it's like telling, how will I get rid of my shadow? How will I bury my shadow? Can you bury your shadow? The only way to understand it is non-existent. The only way to understand is non-existent is by gnana, is by shravana. Shravana matrena mukti. The Sadguru has to tell you in the words that you understand and point out and make you see yourself that is unreal. तब आपको एक click होगा, yeah, it is unreal, right? You will have a epiphany, right? Aha moment. That aha moment is called wisdom. Then once you have the click, the ego cannot control you again.
All this suffering is because all this suffering is because the body takes the role of self.
No.
The mind, basically, intellect takes the role of self.
Intellect gets dissuaded by the I thought. The I thought is the ahankara, ego thought. It comes and goes. Intellect, because it doesn't know the real self, goes on believing it is the I thought. Whatever the I thought narrative is stitched because of whatever programming, it goes on believing. It's like you're intoxicated, you go on swaying.
The hunger, the thirst, everything is I thought.
No, the body has some sensation.
Yeah.
The intellect tells I have it without discrimination. A non-discriminative living is ignorance. A discriminative living is enlightenment. To tell in simple words, there is ocean. And the ocean is made up of what? Water. And what is in the ocean? Waves. There are waves in the ocean. There are waves. There's wave. There's ocean. There's water. A wave rises in the ocean. Is a wave disconnected from the ocean? The wave is a movement of the ocean. So in the ocean, a wave rises. Then another wave rises. Then this wave starts singing, oh, I am a separate wave. There's one wave and there's another wave. There's so many other waves. Okay. Then I need to compete with the other wave. Okay. Then it starts seeing some waves rising, some waves dying, falling. Then it starts thinking, okay, waves take birth and they die. But what is the wave made up of? Water. The wave is nothing but water. The movement of the wave is nothing but the movement of the ocean. The wave is called Jiva. Jiva has no independent existence. Okay. And what is really Jiva? Is Shiva only. But instead of, when the wave recognizes it's water, what does it see? First, it is seeing different waves. And it's seeing an ocean. Oh, such a big ocean, many waves are there. But the moment it looks within and sees, oh, I am water, what does it see outside? Water. The moment you realize, first you have a ignorance because you don't know your water. Then you think I'm a wave, I'm a jiva, individual. Then you see other waves, other jivas. The moment you recognize I am Atma, you no longer see jivas. You only see what?
Atma.
You only see yourself. And in the water, there's no duality. This is the water of this wave, that is the water of everything is water. Can the water have distinction? This is not water, this is water number 2, water number 3. No, it is just water. That water is called as Brahman, Parabrahma. The ocean is called as Jagat, Shakti, and the wave is called as Jiva. So Jiva, Jagat, Jiva, Jagat, Brahma. The water is Parabrahma. From the water point of view, there is no ocean, there was a water care. There's an ocean or there's a wave. Let thousands of waves rise. What is it? Everything is water, right? The water has no knowledge or awareness of ocean or wave. It is Parabrahma. Parabrahma has no awareness of creation. It is just there, blissful. In that Parabrahma, there is totality, creation. Okay, the totality is called Shakti, or it's called Vishnu. So there's Narayana, who is sleeping consciousness. In that Narayana is Vishnu. Vishnu is aware of the world. Vishnu intervenes. Vishnu is the master. Okay. Then there is Jiva, and the Vishnu is responsible to take care of Jiva. So the ocean contains all the waves. So Vishnu contains all the Jivas. But when the Jiva realizes Narayana, everything disappears. No more Jiva, no more Vishnu, no more nothing, no Narayana. Everything is one. There's only me. That real me is called liberation. So what are you? Are you Jiva? Are you wave or water? Do you understand? And that's why I told you are not doing anything. Every action of the wave is the action of the ocean. There is no individual action. Every individual action is the action of totality. Because for you to do something, sun has to exist, gravity has to exist, air has to move, the body has to breathe, digestion has to happen, neural pathways have to do. Nothing you're doing. Thinking has to happen. That also you're not doing. You are the most useless person in existence. And you feel you are the center of the world. मेरे हिसाब से सब चलना है. आपने कुछ किया है लाइफ में? सीमा जी कुछ किया है लाइफ में? कुछ आपने मदर इन लॉ ने कुछ किया है लाइफ में? ये आप जाके मत बोलिएगा उनसे. कुछ नहीं किया है आपने. लिफ्ट योर हैंड, देन शी लिफ्ट योर हैंड. Huh? You did something? Have you done anything in life? You have not done anything, and you want to change the world. Who was that who said I want to change the world? Anybody told here? No.
Shruti was interested.
Shruti only.
I didn't say that I want to change the world, but
She was concerned.
Yes, you are concerned about the next generation. Huh? कुछ भी नहीं किया. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ನೀವು? Every action is the action of the ocean. You have a choice. You can identify yourself as a wave. You can never identify as the ocean because there is a physical limitation. You can't tell I am a table, I am chair. Then you'll be thrown into a mental asylum. Okay, you can never identify with the whole totality, but you can identify with the essence of the totality, which is water, which is consciousness. When you realize your consciousness in you, as you, that is called Brahma Gnana, Brahmavid, Brahma Bhavri. One who knows consciousness is consciousness.
No.
Huh?
Followed question, last question.
Ah.
So then we say, then this is written in Gita, Karmanye Vadikaraste Mahapadikshukada.
Correct.
So karma.
Ah.
So any karma or a specific karma? Or for example, for that role, what is the karma that will lead me to what you say, witness state? If I'm participating more in karma.
Na karmana, na prajaya, tyage naike amritatmashu. No karma can lead to realization. Only gnana can lead. Nothing you do. I will play my role the best. I will do dharma. I will realize nothing. No karma can lead to it. I will do 10,000 hours of puja, 3 lifetimes of puja, dana, seva, no action. It is not a result of action. It is a result of kripa. It is and kripa is Gnan. The only way it will happen is called Guru Mukhena, Guru Mukataha Vidyaha. You have to sit in front of a living master. And that master has to, and not only for any of us, including Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was, so I was telling about ocean, right? Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was experiencing the ocean. Okay, it's called Savikalpa Samadhi. Even he needed a guru. His master Totapuri comes and he tells him, you're seeing illusion. Come to reality. Is it possible without a guru? Kundanji?
Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma.
So Parabrahma has to,
he has to take a dual shape.
he has to take a shape. He has to come into your realm.
Yeah.
And when he comes, he or she comes
Yeah.
into your realm, in your living, it will be a living master.
Yeah.
And the master will look into your eye and catch the ego. Okay. And will ask you, show me where you are. Will question your reality. And you will not have an answer because there is no answer. You're lying. You'll be caught. But in that being caught, you will realize.
That God will take you out of the trap.
That's all.
Catch will take you out.
That catch will take you. For some people, it happens very fast.
Mhm.
Okay, for whatever reason. So Buddha used to tell, there's a king that came to him. And the king asks, I want to get enlightened. Please give me enlightenment. Buddha said, there are 4 types of horses. Okay. The first horse, you have to whip it. You have to whip it very hard. Then it will run. The second horse, you have to whip it once. It will run. The third horse, you whip at a distance far away from it, it will run. The fourth horse, just a shadow of the whip. It doesn't even need to, you don't need to whip. Just a shadow of the whip, it will run. Then the king bows down. He gets enlightened and he goes. He has a disciple called Ananda. Buddha has a disciple called Ananda, his relative. Ananda is, Buddha, what are you saying? He is asking about enlightenment. You're talking about horses. Buddha says, there are 4 horses. So, the 4 horses, meaning some people need a lot of beating. Okay? Because lot of beating. Samajhne ke liye. Some people need 1 beating. Some people don't need any beating. Just a slight glimpse of the truth, you awaken. But for all of them, there is no exemption of a beating from a master. The master has to beat. And how long he'll beat? Until you're self-sufficient. So in the tradition of Zen, there's a story. People go to the monastery. The master there beats. Every time he sees somebody, he beats. Okay? This disciple joins, and first day he comes, he gets beating. Then he runs away. Then wherever he runs, the master beats him. Then he is going to take bath. Then he looks around. Master is not there. I'll go take bath. Then he goes to take bath. Master comes from somewhere and he'll beat him. Then after getting too many beatings, he's sleeping. Then master is coming slowly to beat him. Even in his sleep, he gets up and he runs away. And after some time, the master is not able to beat him. Then the master calls him and tells you are ready, go. So the guru's job is to bring you to that, to hit you so many times, because you always, the moment you open your mouth, you lie. The moment you open your mouth, you'll tell I. I did, I do, I have a question. The moment you open your mouth, you'll speak garbage. So you'll get beating until the beating starts happening within you. The thought will rise and you will only tell, hey, no, this is false. I am Atma. And that moment is called enlightenment. Okay? So आप कौन है? Are you wave, ocean, water? I am water. I am consciousness. Okay, that same water, and not only me, Whatever I perceive, it's only that. It's not that this particular wave is water. Everything that it sees, perceives, is nothing but water. That is why Prahalada says, in the Purana, there's a story of Prahalada. Prahalada is talking to his father. He's asking, where is your Narayan? Is he there in this pillar? Yes, he's there in this pillar. Is he there in this pillar? Yes, he's there in that pillar. Okay. Is he? It's not that God is there in the stone. The stone, the house, the earth, the space, all of that is there in God. You understand? Is it clear? So now somebody's stomach is making sound. So we'll take a lunch break and then we'll close the session post that. Or if you want to close the session now, we can close it. And otherwise, we can take up one more thread in the post lunch. What do you want to do? Any questions? Is this part clear? Is today's thread clear? Who is the doer is clear? Who is the doer? Prakriti. What I should do is clear. What I should do, I have a choice. Either I can continue with the junk in my head, or I can see what is actionable. I have a problem statement. Okay, let's say I have a real problem. I have a, let's say, finance problem. I need to make money. It's a real problem. One pathway is I can go on thinking. I can go on looking at everybody. Everybody's growing. Everybody's doing this. I'm not doing anything. Go on worrying about that. I'm stuck. Go on focusing on limitation. Or I can say, what can I do about it today? And do that. Tomorrow, if you get it tomorrow, then we'll figure out tomorrow. Tomorrow you say, yesterday I did a little bit. Today what I can do more. That way I'm solving my problem. I'm being part of the solution. All roles are problem solving roles. Either you can be a problem solver. As a husband, you can be a problem solver, or you can be a problem creator. You can create, and all wives know that husband is a problem. He is the one who is creating all the problems. He's not allowing me to go back to India to my parents. He's telling you to take care of my family. Or husband thinks wife is a problem. अरे शादी के पहले मैं मस्त था, शादी करके इतना गलती कर दिया मैंने, right? So in a role, husband, wife, child, you have to solve some problem. Solve it. Go ahead and solve it, no? And take whatever value in return that you have to take for it. Ultimately, if you solve a problem, you get paid. In relationship, if you solve a problem, you get paid in terms of peace of mind. Nobody will disturb you. In job, if you solve a problem, you'll get money. If you want more money, solve bigger problems. Clear? That's why we bow down to Guru, because he solves the biggest problem, which is the problem of Maya. So pick up some problem, solve it. You are Brahman. Why are you wasting your time? You're God, right? So go and solve the problem. Pick up a problem, solve it, make money. Don't be poor God. That's why in all our gods, no? You see all our gods, everybody has gold, kirita, right? All the ornaments, jewels. Nobody is poor God, except Shiva. Shiva, because Shiva is Guru. You understand? He's detached. No, he doesn't want to be involved in the world. You understand? So go solve problem. Don't be a part of the problem. Don't create problems for others. Don't go on brooding about problems. Take action. First understand I'm playing the role. Play the role well. See what I can do today. What role I have to play today. Take the role. Then spend some time in no role, meditation. Focus on yourself. And slowly that will become your real state. Natural state. And that natural state is called Sahaja Samadhi. So with eyes open, you'll be in a state of Samadhi. That's all is spiritual journey. There's nothing more. Whatever you do, you'll not get this. 1,000 hours of tapasya, you'll not get this. No action, no study, self-study, no research, no yoga, no meditation will give you this. It's only gnana. Clear? Any doubts? Shall we close for now? Or are we continuing? What are we closing? Shall we close for the day? So you have to tell. You have come for from 2 hours away.
I'm okay to continue.
Okay, we'll probably have a short session after the post lunch, and then we'll close for the day. Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, we'll continue post lunch. Dina, any doubts?